Same thing, all right? Everything's the same. Putting my energy forward. Naturally, if I'm coming here and I'm starting to make his body go flat, if he sees the space, he's gonna wanna think about the underhook, okay? First thing to understand is what's a good underhook versus a bad underhook, all right? If he is able to get up on his elbow, this is a very good underhook, okay? He has an angle, he can get his legs involved, he can dip under. You know, I have to, work to try to get him down, get him flat, and he's kind of one step ahead right here, all right? Why? He's on his side, okay? Everything is about them being on their side or not, all right? Now, if he happens to get his arm under my arm and he's not on his elbow, he's down here, this underhook is trash, all right? Do not let this stop your process whatsoever. This is a great opportunity for you, all right? Because now he cannot use this arm to frame and create space. He's gonna be forced to do some sort of explosion and power, all right? Which is energy, and it's gonna be wasted energy, okay? So if I'm in this situation where I just got, I'm approaching his half guard, right? And he's framing up, okay? Yes, and I start to make my presence felt, all right? What he might do is, oh, look, there's that space. Exactly.
That's horrible.
Yeah, no, I mean, it will be in a second, but for right now, it's not yet. You're not thinking a bad thing necessarily, but he can't get on his elbow when I'm forward, right? If I'm down here, he has the opportunity to get on his elbow and find that underhook. Okay? If I'm driving forward, he's not going to be able to get on his elbow. So he's literally just going to put his arm in there. And as soon as I feel it go in, I just drop down. Boom. Okay? I sink my weight right on to the bend of his elbow. Okay? Now, I'm going to go through the process and then we're going to look at, well, what if he bridges as hard as he can, at some point. Right now, we're going to say he doesn't bridge. Okay? I have a couple of different options right here. All right? First thing I do, like I said, I sink on it, okay? Now we're gonna start to get this arm involved, okay? Maybe he still is blocking that bicep, right? So I have to swim it in again, okay? I can swim in and come straight over and go to the position where we just were, flatten them up, the kimura is gonna be right there for you, everything's the same. Just remember, when you switch, don't go by the ear because this underhook could become something, well, that's gonna give me the mount, but, just be down here, okay? Don't be up here, all right? If you're up here, Professor Bernardo, he will get to his half guard spot, okay? Yeah, that's the better move for you, Mike. That's the better move, yeah. But if I'm below his shoulder, he won't have that ability, okay? So make sure when you switch, we get our elbow down here, not by the ear, all right? Just like I talked about before, okay? Next situation, he goes for the underhook. Boom, I sink down, elbow drops. I'm able to get my arm through. Instead of switching, we decide we want a violent hug a little bit. All right, this is why I'm picking on Big Mike. All right, this is what you've been waiting 5-6 years for. All right, so same thing. I'm gonna reach my arm real deep. Now he's still on his side a little bit, and we're gonna use that to our advantage, okay? I'm gonna reach my arm really deep. And instead of going up there by his lat, I'm gonna go down his spine. Okay, we're gonna be spinal on this one, all right? You know the Mike Tyson interview? Okay, so I'm here, I hug, palm first, or palm up on the spine. Second hand goes, same spot, okay? I'm just squeezing my elbows down, okay? Now comes the big violent hug, the shoulders gonna go, and look how I twist my hip, and I'm driving my shoulder right there. This will get to, taps.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay? It's almost like a Von flu. Okay? In fact, just like a few weeks ago, I accidentally put a guy to sleep here. All right? It wasn't an accident. I knew where my shoulder was. I knew what I was doing. His arms were stuck and he couldn't tap, and the next thing I know, he was snoring. I was like, oh, wake up, But this is like deceiving, okay? It's deceiving with that, okay? So spine, other hand, I start to move my shoulder. Look how my head stays below his head, right? And I'm squeezing my elbows down. Now when I twist, I'm putting that pressure and I'm going towards the mount. They're gonna want you to mount. He can't go to his right. And I'm being nice right now. I can make this even worse, okay? He can't go to his right. He's gonna wanna kind of turn to his left, to free it. And a lot of times that leg's gonna come right out. It's really beautiful, all right? Play with that, feel that out. Okay? 2 options to pass. One with the head, one over. Okay? What if they go, big man, throw this person off of me? All right? Understand that in order to get strength and energy into this underhook, he's gonna have to plant his feet on the mat to bridge. Okay? So my leg is gonna be free. All right? Now, if I'm there, okay, and I'm thinking about trying to step my foot out and go to the side, and he plants his feet to bridge, and plant both feet, give me my bridge. If I'm trying to step out, I'm going into his power to bridge me over. Okay? That's where trying to go to the side is gonna get you in trouble. But if you just take that opportunity to go straight to mount, what are we doing? We're flattening those hips when we go towards the mount, and the mount is gonna be right there, all right? So at any point in time, maybe I start to hug his head, and he feels the danger, and he gives me that bridge, just mount. Mount. It's the time to mount. And that same concept applies from side control too, guys, okay? If someone underhooks and explodes really hard to try to throw you off, oh, thank you. Just mount them, okay? It's the best thing to do in that situation. And going back to MMA, the jiu-jitsu in MMA is like, there's not really much, okay? For the most part. And so, what do you hear in the corner? Get your underhook and get up. Get your underhook and get up. This is where the mounting helped me so much in the transition in MMA, because if I wasn't a mounter, then I would have some of these situations. You see it all the time. The guy, doesn't put his weight where it needs to be, and the person's able to get to the turtle, and then they can use the wall, the cage to get up, and it's a big battle. But if you're always thinking about going towards the mount, you will solve so many of your problems, all right? Because they will end up getting flat. Your weight's gonna be right on top of them. So every time some guy tried to explode with an underhook to get up, just mounted him, all right? So I enjoy someone trying to underhook me like this. Now, I don't want someone like Professor Bernardo getting here. This is not going to be good, okay? But we have, answers to this too, all right? But the whole thing is go this way, and let's make sure that the underhook doesn't get any more than this, okay? He never gets on his elbow. So if we're bringing our pressure, we're making our presence felt, and they decide to switch, I just want you to sink down, come straight down. Squeeze your elbow, see what you got. If you want to go to the head, give him a big Lovato hug, tell him Lovato sent you, all right? Do all that, okay? Or we can switch, so make sure this elbow comes down here, center step. Now we can start to free, we can find our kimura, all that good stuff, okay? And then at any point, when we're going, you gotta start to switch, and he gives me that big explosion. Boom. Go to the mouth, all right? Go straight to the mouth, okay? Everyone see? Last one, let's go. 1, 2.